God says, I need to talk to you for 20 minutes, and it has to be right now. Don't you dare ignore this and make me angry. So listen to God now before it's too late. I am calling you in this very moment because something urgent is unfolding around your life, and if you scroll past this, you may miss a turning point that was meant to shift your future. I am not speaking to frighten you, but to awaken you, because what I am about to say carries protection, correction, and a blessing that cannot wait. These next minutes are not random, and they are not small, and if you receive this with faith, comment, Amen. I need your full attention, because delay will cost you peace, clarity, and an opportunity that I prepared long ago. I'm drawing you close, because there is something pressing on your path that requires my voice before it is too late. When I say I need to talk to you for 20 minutes, I am telling you that your heart has been crowded with noise, doubt, and distraction. I see how you have been trying to carry everything alone while pretending that you are strong enough to manage it without me. I am not angry because you struggle, but I am serious because you are standing at a crossroads that demands obedience. If you ignore my prompting now, you may walk into confusion that could have been avoided. I am stepping in firmly because I love you too much to stay silent. Do not treat this as just another video passing through your day, because I am using this time to reach you directly and personally. Take a moment to like this video as an act of agreement that you are willing to listen and receive what I am about to pour into your spirit. I am not asking for attention for my sake, but for your alignment, because agreement opens doors that resistance keeps shut. You have been praying for change, and I am answering by speaking clearly instead of quietly. What I am about to say will challenge you, steady you, and protect you all at once. You have been sensing that something is shifting, and you are right, because I am rearranging circumstances behind the scenes. There are conversations happening about you that you cannot hear, and decisions forming that will affect your next season. I am warning you not to react in fear or pride, because one wrong response could complicate what I am trying to simplify. I need you calm, focused, and anchored in my presence during these coming days. This is why I am insisting that you listen right now and not later. The anger I speak of is not wild or cruel, but it is the righteous urgency of a father who refuses to watch his child walk toward harm. I see patterns forming in your habits that could slowly pull you away from the peace I designed for you. You have been entertaining thoughts that are not from me, and they are weakening your confidence and clouding your judgment. I am cutting through that fog with direct words because you deserve clarity instead of confusion. If you believe I am speaking to you, comment 1111. You may feel exposed as I speak, but understand that I correct because I protect, and I confront because I care. There is a relationship in your life that requires boundaries you have been afraid to set. There is a decision you have been postponing even though you already know the right direction. I am telling you that hesitation is no longer safe, because prolonged delay invites unnecessary struggle. These 20 minutes are about courage as much as they are about comfort. I am also calling you to release guilt that has been sitting heavy on your heart. You replay old mistakes in your mind as if punishment will somehow fix what grace already covered. I forgave you before you even knew how to ask, and yet you keep holding yourself hostage. That self-condemnation is not humility, it is unbelief in my mercy. Let these words settle deeply, because freedom begins when you accept that I truly restore. There is an opportunity coming that looks small at first glance, but it carries seeds of something far greater. If you rush past it because it does not match your expectations, you may miss a door that I personally unlocked. I need your attention sharp and your spirit sensitive so you can recognize what I place in front of you. Do not measure my blessings by size, because I often wrap miracles in ordinary moments. Stay alert and stay prayerful, because discernment will be your shield. I am also strengthening you for a test that will reveal how much you trust me. It will not break you, but it will expose whether your faith depends on comfort or conviction. When pressure rises, remember that I am not far away observing from a distance. I am right beside you, steadying your steps and guarding your mind. You are not abandoned, and you are not overlooked, even when circumstances feel heavy. There are people who misunderstand you, and their opinions have been echoing in your thoughts more than my promises. I see how their words have made you question your worth and even your calling. I need you to understand that not everyone is meant to see what I placed inside you. Some will only recognize your value after I elevate you beyond their expectations. Do not shrink yourself to fit into spaces that I am preparing you to outgrow. You have been tempted to respond to criticism with defense or silence born from hurt. I am asking you to respond instead with wisdom and restraint. Not every attack requires an answer, and not every accusation deserves your energy. When you trust me to defend you, you free yourself from exhausting battles. I am your protector, and I am more than capable of silencing what rises against you. There is also a habit forming in your private life that needs your attention. It may seem small, and you may justify it because no one else sees it, but I see it clearly. Small compromises have a way of growing roots if they are not addressed early. I am not condemning you, but I am correcting you because your future is too important to risk on careless patterns. If you trust that my correction comes from love, comment 1212. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. I want you to slow down your decisions in the coming days. There is a conversation you are preparing to have, and your emotions are louder than your discernment. Before you speak, pause and ask me for clarity, because timing will matter more than volume. Words released too quickly can create distance that takes months to repair. I am teaching you patience, not to delay your progress, but to protect your peace. Financial pressure has also been weighing on you, and you have been calculating outcomes in your mind late at night. I see the worry you try to hide from others, and I know how heavy responsibility feels on your shoulders. I am not unaware of your needs, and I am not indifferent to your struggles. Provision is already in motion, but it may not arrive in the way you expect. Trust my process, even when it unfolds slowly, because my timing is never careless. You have been comparing your journey to others and feeling as though you are falling behind. That comparison has been draining your joy and distorting your perspective. I created your path with specific turns, pauses, and accelerations that are unique to you. Their timeline is not your timeline, and their victories do not cancel yours. Lift your eyes from competition and focus on obedience, because that is where your breakthrough lives. There is also healing I am doing beneath the surface that you cannot yet see. Old wounds that you thought were buried are rising because I am cleansing them completely. Do not be alarmed by emotions that resurface, because exposure is part of restoration. I am not reopening pain to hurt you again, but to remove it fully. Stay close to me during this process, because healing requires honesty and surrender. You sometimes feel alone in your spiritual walk, as if others around you do not understand your hunger for me. That isolation has tempted you to compromise, just to feel accepted. I am reminding you that being set apart is not punishment, it is preparation. I separate you before I elevate you, because character must be strengthened before influence expands. Do not trade your calling for temporary comfort. I am also preparing you for an unexpected opportunity that will require confidence. When it appears, you may initially feel unqualified or hesitant. Remember that I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. What I ask you to step into will stretch you, but it will not destroy you. I am growing your capacity because your next level requires maturity. There will be a moment soon when you will need to choose faith over visible evidence. Circumstances may look uncertain, but I am asking you to stand firm in what I have already spoken to your heart. Doubt will whisper loudly, but my truth will remain steady. Anchor yourself in my promises instead of fluctuating emotions. Strength is built when you refuse to retreat under pressure. Your prayers have not been ignored, even the ones you prayed through tears and silence. I have stored every cry and every whispered plea. Some answers are delayed because I am aligning multiple pieces at once. If I released everything immediately, you would not yet be ready to steward it wisely. Trust that delay does not mean denial, and waiting does not mean abandonment. Guard your thoughts carefully in this season because the battlefield is in your mind. Negative patterns are trying to regain control, but you have authority to reject them. Speak life over yourself even when you do not fully feel it yet. What you repeatedly declare shapes what you eventually believe. I am strengthening your inner voice so it echoes my truth instead of fear. There is someone in your life who needs your compassion rather than your frustration. Their behavior has tested your patience, and you have considered withdrawing completely. I am guiding you to respond with grace, not because they deserve it, but because your character matters. Sometimes I use difficult relationships to refine your heart. Let love lead you, even when it feels undeserved. As you move through the coming days, pay attention to small confirmations that I send your way. A conversation, a scripture you recall, or a sudden sense of peace will not be coincidences. I communicate through details when you remain attentive. The more you acknowledge my guidance, the clearer it becomes. I am constantly speaking, but awareness sharpens your ability to hear. You are not behind, forgotten, or overlooked in my plan. I have been shaping your resilience through every trial you survived. The struggles you endured were not wasted, and the tears you shed were not unnoticed. I am forming depth within you that will support greater responsibility. Nothing in your journey has been accidental. There is a decision forming in your heart that you have not fully admitted to anyone. You have been weighing options quietly, trying to calculate every possible outcome before you move. I see your careful thinking, and I understand your desire to avoid mistakes. But I need you to understand that obedience is safer than overanalysis. Trust does not mean you will have every detail. It means you will have my presence guiding each step. You have been wrestling with fear of failure more than you realize. That fear disguises itself as caution, but beneath it is doubt about whether you can truly carry what I have placed in your hands. I am reminding you that your strength does not come from your ability alone. It comes from my spirit sustaining you when your confidence feels thin. If you believe I am strengthening you even now, comment 777. There is also a temptation to return to something familiar simply because it feels comfortable. Familiar does not always mean safe, and comfort does not always mean blessed. Sometimes you want to go back because forward feels uncertain. I am calling you away from old patterns that no longer serve your growth. The past cannot hold the future I have prepared for you. I need you to examine your circle carefully. Not everyone around you is aligned with where I am taking you. Some relationships are seasonal, and when their time ends, holding on too tightly creates friction. Release does not always mean rejection, but it does mean acceptance of change. I am repositioning you, and repositioning requires courage. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. In the coming days, you will notice increased resistance in small areas of your life. Plans may shift unexpectedly, and minor frustrations may test your patience. Do not interpret this as abandonment. Resistance often signals that progress is near. Stand firm instead of reacting impulsively, because stability under pressure builds authority in the spirit. Your words will carry unusual weight in this season. What you speak in anger may linger longer than you intend. What you speak in faith may unlock more than you imagine. I need you disciplined in your speech and mindful of your tone. Speak blessing over your household and peace over your mind, even when emotions rise. You have also been questioning whether you are truly capable of leading others. I see the insecurity that surfaces when responsibility increases. Remember that leadership is not about perfection, but about consistency and humility. I chose you because your heart remains teachable. That humility is your strength, not your weakness. There is financial pressure that continues to press against you, and I know it weighs heavily at night. You have considered shortcuts that promise quick relief. I am warning you now that compromise in this area will cost more than it gives. Integrity will protect you longer than convenience ever could. Hold your ground and trust that provision will come through righteous means. I am also healing your self-image in ways you cannot fully see yet. You have been harsh toward yourself, replaying moments where you felt inadequate. That harshness has limited your joy and dimmed your hope. I am replacing self-criticism with clarity about who you truly are in me. You are not defined by your lowest moment. There will soon be an opportunity to step into something that stretches your capacity. It may look intimidating, and others may question whether you are ready. Do not measure readiness by fear. Measure it by obedience and alignment. When I open the door, your role is to walk through it, not to argue with your own calling. Guard your peace carefully, because distraction is trying to pull your attention in multiple directions. You cannot give equal energy to everything at once. I need you focused on what truly matters. Prioritize time with me over constant activity. Alignment begins in quiet surrender. There is someone observing your growth quietly, even if they have not said it aloud. Your consistency is influencing more than you know. Do not underestimate the impact of your quiet faithfulness. I am using your example to encourage others who are watching from a distance. Influence does not always announce itself loudly. I want you to notice how far you have already come. There were seasons when you felt you would not survive the pressure, yet here you stand, stronger and more aware. Growth rarely feels comfortable while it is happening, but when you look back, you will see how each challenge built resilience inside you. There will be a moment soon when doubt tries to return aggressively. It will remind you of past failures and whisper that nothing has truly changed. Recognize that voice as an old pattern, not a present truth. I am doing a new thing in your life, and the past has no authority over your future. Stand firm and refuse to rehearse yesterday's pain. You may also feel a sudden desire to withdraw and isolate yourself. Solitude has value, but isolation born from fear does not. Stay connected to wise counsel and to those who speak life into you. Community strengthens endurance. I did not design you to walk alone. As this season unfolds, remember that urgency does not mean panic. I called you to listen immediately because alignment matters now. But alignment flows from trust, not anxiety. Breathe deeply and remain steady. I am guiding you step by step. Your obedience in small matters will unlock larger assignments. Do not despise ordinary responsibilities. Faithfulness in what seems simple prepares you for what seems significant. I see every quiet act of integrity. Nothing escapes my attention. Continue to guard your thoughts, your speech, and your relationships. Stay attentive to subtle convictions I place in your heart. I am shaping your discernment to be sharper than before. When confusion tries to rise, return to what I have already spoken. There is a shift happening in your priorities, even if you have not spoken it aloud yet. Things that once felt urgent are starting to feel empty. Achievements that used to excite you now seem less satisfying. That is not failure, it is growth. I am adjusting your appetite so that you crave what truly sustains you. You have been fighting an internal battle that no one else sees. On the outside you appear steady, but inside there is tension between who you were and who you are becoming. Growth always creates friction with old identities. You cannot step fully into the new while clinging tightly to the former version of yourself. Release what no longer fits, because I am forming something stronger. There is also a heaviness you carry regarding unfinished dreams. You sometimes assume that time has disqualified you. I am telling you clearly that delay has not erased what I placed in your heart. Some dreams required maturity before manifestation. If you still feel that quiet pull toward what you once hoped for, comment 555. I am teaching you to separate my voice from your fears. Fear speaks quickly and loudly. My guidance often comes steady and firm, without panic. When urgency rises from me, it carries clarity, not confusion. Learn to recognize the difference so you do not mistake anxiety for instruction. There will soon be a moment when you are asked to respond without complete information. Your instinct will be to hesitate until every detail is confirmed. But faith moves when direction is clear, even if the path is not fully visible. I am asking you to trust the light I provide for each step. You do not need to see the entire road to take the next stride. You have also been questioning your worth in spaces where you feel overlooked. I see the moments when you shrink your voice because you assume it will not matter. I did not create you to disappear in rooms where you are meant to contribute. Speak with humility, but do not silence yourself out of insecurity. What I placed in you has value. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Financial concerns may try to distract you again in the coming days. Unexpected expenses or delayed payments could stir anxiety. Do not let temporary fluctuations shake your long-term trust. I am still your provider. Steward what you have wisely, and I will multiply what you manage faithfully. There is a pattern of self-doubt that attempts to resurface when you approach something new. It whispers that you are not prepared, not experienced enough, not capable enough. That voice is not from me. I do not call you into spaces to watch you fail. I prepare you quietly before I position you publicly. You may also notice distance growing in one particular relationship. Conversations may feel strained or less frequent. Do not panic immediately or assume the worst. Sometimes space reveals whether connection is rooted in convenience or covenant. Pray before you react, and allow me to reveal what should be restored and what should be released. In the coming weeks, I will place you in situations that test your patience deliberately. It may feel unfair at first, but patience under pressure strengthens authority within you. When you refuse to react impulsively, you demonstrate maturity. Maturity unlocks trust, and trust opens greater responsibility. Guard your inner dialogue carefully. The words you repeat to yourself shape your perspective more than external voices. Replace harsh thoughts with truth rooted in who I say you are. You are not behind schedule. You are not forgotten. You are not insignificant. I am also increasing your discernment about environments that drain you. Certain spaces leave you exhausted not because you are weak, but because they are misaligned. Pay attention to where your peace disappears. Peace is a signal. When it consistently fades in one direction, reconsider your alignment. There is an opportunity approaching that requires boldness. It may not look glamorous at first glance. It might even appear smaller than what you expected. But small beginnings often carry hidden acceleration. Walk into it with confidence, because obedience in modest moments creates momentum. You will also need to forgive someone who may never apologize. Holding resentment will slow your own progress. Forgiveness does not excuse their behavior, but it frees your heart from unnecessary weight. Release them into my hands. Justice belongs to me, not to your bitterness. As you continue listening, recognize how I am shaping resilience in you. The trials you survived were not random. Each one carved deeper faith and stronger endurance. You are not as fragile as you once thought. You are becoming steady in ways you did not imagine possible. In moments when silence feels overwhelming, remember that I am still present. Silence does not mean absence. It often means preparation. I am arranging pieces that require quiet coordination. Trust what I am doing even when you cannot trace every detail. Your obedience in this season will echo into the next. The habits you form now will determine the stability of what I entrust to you later. Do not treat small adjustments lightly. Discipline today protects blessing tomorrow. There may also be an unexpected encouragement that reaches you soon. A word from someone, a reminder from your past, or a sudden clarity in prayer. Receive it as confirmation that I am near. I do not leave you guessing without guidance. When doubt attempts to return, counter it with remembrance. Recall the times I delivered you before. Recall the doors I opened when it seemed impossible. Your history with me is evidence of my faithfulness. Stand on that evidence when emotions fluctuate. There is a layer of pride that I am gently peeling away from you. It is not loud or arrogant, but it hides in your need to handle everything alone. You have convinced yourself that strength means silence and independence. I am teaching you that real strength is trust and real maturity is surrender. When you allow me into the parts you try to control, you open space for grace to operate. You have been holding on to a version of control that exhausts you. Every plan must be measured, every possibility calculated, every risk reduced. But I did not design you to live in constant mental strain. I designed you to walk in partnership with me. If you feel ready to release control into my hands, comment 999. There is a subtle shift happening in your desires. What once drove you is slowly losing its pull. That is because I am reshaping your motivations from the inside. I am aligning your ambition with purpose instead of ego. Do not resist this transformation simply because it feels unfamiliar. The unfamiliar is often the doorway to growth. You may also feel tension between comfort and calling. Comfort whispers that where you are is good enough. Calling whispers that there is more ahead. I am not asking you to despise what you have, but I am asking you not to settle. Settling feels safe in the moment, but becomes restless over time. I am guiding you toward expansion, not stagnation. There is someone in your life who challenges you deeply. Their presence exposes impatience you did not know you carried. Instead of seeing them only as a problem, recognize the refinement taking place. I am using friction to polish areas of your character that require strengthening. Growth often arrives disguised as inconvenience. Financial wisdom is also a lesson unfolding quietly around you. I am teaching you discipline, not restriction. What you manage faithfully today prepares you for greater increase tomorrow. Do not resent the boundaries I set in this season. They are protecting you from burdens you are not meant to carry. Your thoughts have been wandering toward worst-case scenarios recently. You imagine outcomes that have not even happened. That pattern drains your energy and clouds your faith. Replace imagined fear with deliberate trust. I am already ahead of the situations you are worried about. There is an opportunity forming that will require courage to accept. It may not match the image you held in your mind, but often I package blessings in ways that stretch perception. Look beyond appearance and listen for my confirmation within. When I speak peace into your spirit, that is your sign. You have also been wrestling with comparison again. You measure your pace against others and feel behind. I want you to understand that comparison steals focus and distorts gratitude. Your journey carries unique assignments and unique timing. Celebrate progress instead of chasing someone else's path. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. In moments when you feel unnoticed, remember that I see every detail. I see the quiet obedience no one applauds. I see the sacrifices you make when no one else understands. Nothing is wasted in my sight. Faithfulness in obscurity builds foundation for visibility. There will soon be a test of patience in a conversation that matters to you. Words may come sharper than expected. You will have a choice between reaction and restraint. Choose restraint, because strength is revealed through calm response. I will give you the grace to answer with wisdom instead of emotion. Your sleep has been restless because your mind refuses to rest. You replay conversations and anticipate conflicts. I am inviting you into deeper peace. Release your thoughts to me before you close your eyes. I guard your life, even while you sleep. There is also a hidden fear that you might disappoint me. You worry that your mistakes have frustrated my patience. Understand this clearly. My correction does not mean rejection. I discipline because I protect, and I guide because I care. You are stepping into a season where discernment will be more important than popularity. Not every invitation requires acceptance. Not every voice deserves access to your attention. Protect your focus carefully. Clarity fades when you divide your loyalty between too many influences. Someone will approach you soon with advice that sounds wise but feels slightly unsettled inside. Pay attention to that inner check. I placed discernment within you for a reason. Trust the quiet warning over persuasive words. Peace is a better guide than pressure. As responsibilities increase, you may feel moments of overwhelm. Remember that overwhelm is not a signal to quit. It is often a signal to prioritize. You do not need to carry everything at once. Take each assignment step by step with me beside you. You have grown stronger than you realize. Situations that once broke you now shape you. Where you once reacted in fear, you now pause in thought. That is evidence of transformation. I am proud of the progress you have made, even when you overlook it. Continue to listen closely, because more alignment is coming. I am adjusting your direction slightly, not to confuse you, but to refine your course. Small adjustments prevent large detours. Remain humble enough to accept correction quickly. There is a subtle battle happening in your mind that you have tried to ignore. It is the tension between trust and control, between faith and fear. You tell yourself you trust me, yet you rehearse backup plans in case I do not move the way you expect. I am not offended by your caution, but I am inviting you into deeper surrender. Trust grows when you loosen your grip, not when you tighten it. You have been asking for clarity, yet sometimes you resist the answer when it arrives. I show you what needs to change, and you hesitate because change feels uncomfortable. Understand that discomfort is not always a warning sign. Often it is confirmation that growth is taking place. If you are willing to grow even when it stretches you, comment 1010. There is an area of your life where you have tolerated less than what I designed for you. You accepted it because it felt easier than confronting it, but tolerance of what drains you slowly weakens your spirit. I am giving you courage to address what you have postponed. Freedom begins when you face what you once avoided. You are also stepping into a period where your discipline will matter more than your emotion. Motivation fades quickly, but discipline carries you forward when excitement disappears. I am strengthening your consistency because consistency builds stability. Stability prepares you for increase. Do not underestimate the power of steady obedience. In the coming days, you may feel a strong urge to speak your frustration openly. Before you do, pause and measure your words carefully. Once released, words cannot be retrieved. I am teaching you to respond with intention rather than impulse. Wisdom often sounds quieter than emotion, but it carries greater authority. There is someone who looks up to you more than you realize. Your actions are influencing their perception of faith and integrity. You may not feel like a leader, but your example carries weight. Walk carefully, not out of fear, but out of awareness. Influence is a responsibility, even when it is unspoken. You have also been carrying regret from a past decision that did not unfold the way you hoped. That regret has tried to define you. I am reminding you that one misstep does not cancel destiny. I can redeem what you thought was wasted. Release regret so it does not chain your future. Financial stewardship continues to be a lesson in this season. You are learning that increase without wisdom becomes burden. I am refining your habits before I expand your resources. Gratitude for what you have now opens doors for what is coming next. Remain faithful in small management. There will soon be an invitation that looks appealing but carries hidden distraction. It will seem harmless at first, but it will quietly pull focus from what truly matters. Discernment will protect you here. Listen for my quiet caution rather than your immediate excitement. Your confidence is being rebuilt from the inside out. In the past, your confidence depended on approval and visible results. Now I am anchoring it in identity instead of applause. Identity rooted in me cannot be shaken by opinion. Stand firm in who I say you are. You may also notice increased sensitivity in your spirit. Situations that once seemed neutral now feel heavy or misaligned. That is not weakness. It is discernment sharpening. I am training your spirit to detect what supports your growth and what threatens it. There is a conversation approaching that will require honesty and grace at the same time. Truth without love wounds. Love without truth weakens. I will give you both if you seek me before speaking. Let your words carry clarity and compassion together. Your patience will be tested again, especially when outcomes take longer than you desire. Delay does not mean neglect. It often means preparation is still unfolding behind the scenes. I am aligning circumstances that you cannot see yet. Trust the unseen work. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You have been wondering whether your prayers truly matter. You sometimes feel as if they rise into silence. Hear this clearly. Every prayer shapes the atmosphere around you. Every moment of faith shifts something in the unseen. Nothing you bring to me is wasted. Comparison will try to creep back into your thoughts. It will show you what others have and ask why you do not have the same. Reject that voice immediately. Their assignment is not your assignment. Focus protects joy. There is also healing taking place in your relationships. Some bonds are strengthening quietly. Others are revealing cracks that were always present. Do not fear exposure. Exposure allows repair where possible and release where necessary. As responsibilities increase, you may feel moments of doubt about whether you can handle them. Remember that growth feels heavy at first. Muscles strengthen through resistance. Your capacity is expanding through each challenge you face. Guard your rest carefully. Exhaustion clouds discernment and weakens resolve. I want you strong, not just busy. Balance activity with renewal. Strength flows from being rooted, not rushed. You are being shaped for something greater than you currently see. The urgency of my voice is not to rush you, but to align you. When I say listen now, it is because alignment cannot wait forever. Doors open and close according to obedience and timing. There is a layer of distraction that has tried to quietly settle into your routine. It does not look harmful at first glance. It feels like normal busyness, harmless scrolling, small compromises in focus. But distraction steals clarity slowly. I am calling you back to intentional living before drift becomes distance. You have been sensing that your time must be handled more carefully. That nudge is from me. The next season of your life will demand sharper discipline than the last one. Wasted time now will feel heavier later. If you are ready to guard your time with purpose, comment 1515. There is also a shift happening in your confidence. You no longer react the way you used to. Situations that once intimidated you now invite thought instead of panic. That is growth you did not notice forming. I have been strengthening you quietly while you questioned your progress. Still, there is a subtle fear that you may not sustain this growth. You wonder if you will fall back into old habits. Hear me clearly. Transformation is not fragile when it is rooted in me. Continue choosing obedience daily, and your foundation will hold. There is someone around you who may test your patience in the coming days. Their behavior will seem careless or insensitive. Do not respond from irritation. Respond from awareness. Sometimes I allow friction to reveal how much healing has truly taken place inside you. You are also entering a period where clarity will come through action rather than contemplation. You have thought deeply about your next move. Now, I need you to step forward, even if the step feels small. Movement invites momentum. Standing still too long invites doubt. Financial responsibility remains a focus because it is shaping your character. I am teaching you stewardship not only of money, but of influence and opportunity. The way you handle what you have now speaks loudly about what you can manage later. Remain disciplined. Remain grateful. You have been wrestling with whether to confront an issue or let it pass. Silence has felt safer, but prolonged silence can create misunderstanding. Seek my wisdom before you speak. There is a time to address and a time to release. Discernment will show you the difference. Your internal dialogue must continue to change. When you catch yourself expecting the worst, pause and correct it. Speak trust over uncertainty. I am ahead of every situation that worries you. Fear imagines outcomes. Faith rests in my oversight. There is an opportunity approaching that will require humility. It may not carry the recognition you once hoped for, but humility opens doors pride cannot touch. Accept what I send without measuring it against your ego. Growth often begins in unnoticed spaces. You are being refined in patience again. Results may take longer than your expectations allow. I am stretching your endurance because endurance strengthens trust. Quick results can weaken depth. Slow growth builds strength. Someone will soon share something vulnerable with you. They may not say it directly, but their tone will carry weight. Be attentive. I may use you as a source of comfort or clarity in their life. Sensitivity will matter in that moment. You have also been questioning your spiritual consistency. There were days when your devotion felt strong, and others when it felt distracted. Do not measure your relationship with me by emotion alone. Faithfulness is shown in returning, even after distraction. Keep coming back to me. There is a habit you must release fully, not gradually. You already know what it is. Partial surrender will not produce full freedom. Trust me enough to let it go completely. Freedom will feel lighter than compromise ever did. You may notice that some invitations no longer excite you the way they once did. That is because your appetite is changing. I am drawing you toward deeper alignment. What once entertained you may now exhaust you. That shift is intentional. Guard your peace with greater intensity. Not every conversation deserves your emotional energy. Not every argument deserves your response. Silence can be strength when guided by wisdom. Protect what I am building inside you. You are stepping closer to a moment of visible change. It may not arrive dramatically. It may come quietly through a single decision or conversation, but it will mark a turning point. Pay attention to what feels significant in the coming days. Your obedience is shaping more than your immediate circumstances. It is influencing your confidence, your stability, your future capacity. Every yes to my guidance strengthens your foundation. Every pause to seek me refines your direction. You are not alone in this transition. I am not observing from a distance. I am actively guiding, correcting, strengthening, and protecting you. When I insist that you listen now, it is because I see the path ahead clearly. Trust my perspective over your limited view. There is a refining happening in your character that you did not ask for but desperately needed. You prayed for elevation, but elevation requires strengthening beneath the surface. I am building integrity where no one sees it. I am shaping patience where irritation once lived. If you are willing to let me continue this refining work without resistance, comment 1717. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily, and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have noticed that certain old temptations no longer hold the same grip. That is not your willpower alone. That is growth taking root. Still, the enemy of your progress will attempt to reintroduce familiar distractions at unexpected times. Do not assume you are immune just because you feel stronger. Stay vigilant and humble. There is also a deepening happening in your spiritual awareness. You sense things more quickly now. You recognize when peace lifts and when clarity settles. That sensitivity is a gift, not a burden. I am training you to move by discernment rather than impulse. You may soon face a situation where others expect you to compromise slightly. It will appear harmless on the surface. But compromise has a way of expanding quietly. Stand firm, even if it costs approval. Integrity may feel lonely for a moment, but it will protect you for a lifetime. There is a conversation approaching that will test your maturity. You will have the opportunity to defend yourself sharply or respond with composed wisdom. Choose wisdom. Strength does not need to shout. Authority does not need to prove itself loudly. Financially, you are learning lessons that will anchor you later. I am not withholding from you. I am teaching you stewardship before overflow. Gratitude for what you have today prepares your heart for what is coming tomorrow. Remain faithful in managing what is already in your hands. You have also been thinking about stepping into something new, yet fear of rejection has slowed you. I am reminding you that rejection does not redefine you, it redirects you. When one door closes, it is often protection rather than punishment. There will be an unexpected confirmation soon. It may come through a quiet remark, a repeated phrase, or a sudden clarity in prayer. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. I often confirm direction through repetition. Pay attention to what echoes in your spirit. Your patience is being stretched again, especially in areas where you desire visible progress. You want signs that movement is happening. I am asking you to trust even when evidence feels delayed. Growth beneath the surface often precedes visible change. Someone near you may misunderstand your recent changes. They may accuse you of becoming distant or different. In truth, you are becoming disciplined and focused. Not everyone will celebrate your growth immediately. Continue forward without needing universal approval. You have also been carrying concern about your long-term future. Thoughts about stability, security, and sustainability surface frequently. Hear me clearly. I am not careless with your life. I see beyond the horizon you cannot yet see. Trust that my oversight extends further than your planning. There is a hidden strength developing in you through quiet endurance. You have survived seasons that once seemed unbearable. That survival built resilience you did not fully recognize. You are stronger now than you were before the last storm. Guard your rest intentionally. Fatigue distorts perception. When you are exhausted, problems appear larger than they are. Make space for renewal. I restore not only your spirit, but your clarity. You may also feel prompted to reconnect with something you set aside long ago. A skill, a calling, a discipline. That prompting is not random. I am reviving dormant potential within you. Do not dismiss it as nostalgia. It may be preparation. Comparison will try to whisper again, especially when you see others advancing publicly. Resist that trap immediately. Their public pace does not reveal their private process. Your journey carries its own timing and weight. There is a lesson in restraint unfolding within you. You are learning when not to respond, when not to argue, when not to prove yourself. Restraint is not weakness, it is controlled strength. I am cultivating that discipline carefully. In the coming days, you may need to make a decision that feels uncomfortable but necessary. Do not delay once clarity comes. Obedience loses power when postponed unnecessarily. Trust what I confirm within you. Your confidence is no longer rooted in applause. It is becoming rooted in identity. Identity anchored in me cannot be shaken by shifting opinion. Stand firmly in who you are becoming. You are not behind schedule. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. Every instruction I give carries protection woven into it. When I insist that you listen now, it is because I am guarding your future with precision. There is a quiet separation happening in your life. Certain habits are falling away. Certain conversations no longer hold your interest. Certain environments feel heavier than they once did. Do not mistake this for loss. It is alignment. I am removing what cannot go where I am taking you. You have felt moments of loneliness in this transition. Growth can feel isolating when others do not fully understand the changes within you. But isolation is not abandonment. I am using this space to deepen your reliance on me rather than on approval. If you are willing to embrace this refining season with courage, comment 1919. There is also a subtle increase in responsibility around you. People may begin to look to you for answers, guidance, or stability. You might question whether you are ready. Readiness does not come from feeling confident every day. It comes from consistent obedience. I have been preparing you longer than you realize. You are learning to guard your emotions instead of letting them guard you. In the past, you reacted quickly when hurt or misunderstood. Now you pause. That pause is growth. In that pause, wisdom has room to speak. There will soon be a situation where your integrity is quietly observed. No announcement will be made. No spotlight will be present. But your choice in that moment will matter deeply. Choose honesty, even if it feels inconvenient. Integrity multiplies trust. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase, just 9 words long, that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Financially, you are being shaped into steadiness. I am teaching you contentment alongside ambition. Wanting more is not wrong, but wanting more without gratitude weakens perspective. Remain thankful for provision today while preparing wisely for tomorrow. You have also been sensing that your circle is shifting. Some relationships are strengthening while others fade naturally. Do not force what is drifting. Relationships that are meant to remain will withstand growth. Those that dissolve were seasonal. There is a deeper boldness forming within you. You may not notice it immediately, but it shows in how you speak and decide. You are no longer as easily swayed by external pressure. That steadiness is the result of lessons you once resisted. You may soon face a decision that tests whether you truly believe I am guiding you. Logic may suggest one path while inner peace suggests another. Learn to value peace over panic. I often confirm direction through calm assurance rather than loud signs. Someone near you may misunderstand your restraint as indifference. They may not see the discipline you are exercising internally. Continue responding with patience. You are accountable to my direction, not their assumptions. There is also a layer of self-doubt that tries to revisit you at night. It whispers that you are not moving fast enough, not accomplishing enough, not succeeding enough. That voice is rooted in comparison. Silence it with truth. You are moving according to my timing, not theirs. In the coming days, pay attention to how you manage frustration. Minor inconveniences may attempt to steal your peace. These are not random. They are opportunities to strengthen composure. Composure under pressure builds authority within you. You have been praying for clarity about long-term direction. I am giving it to you piece by piece, rather than all at once. Too much revelation too quickly can overwhelm. Trust the portion I give you today. It is enough for now. There will be an unexpected encouragement soon. It may come from someone you did not expect to notice your effort. Receive it as confirmation that your faithfulness is visible. Quiet consistency is never wasted. Guard your speech carefully in the coming season. Your words will carry influence. Speak hope over your future, even when details remain unclear. What you declare shapes what you expect. You are also being refined in humility. Success without humility becomes unstable. I am ensuring that when increase comes, your character can sustain it. Remain teachable even when you grow confident. There is a shift happening in how you handle conflict. Instead of escalating tension, you are learning to diffuse it. That change did not happen overnight. It is evidence of maturity taking root. Continue choosing calm over chaos. You may feel prompted to let go of a plan you once believed was essential. That prompting is not failure, it is redirection. Sometimes I close doors you love because I see the path you cannot yet see. Your endurance has strengthened through trials that once felt unbearable. You survived seasons you thought would break you. Those seasons build depth within you. Depth prepares you for responsibility. As you move forward, keep your heart soft, even as your mind grows disciplined. Do not allow correction to harden you. Let it refine you instead. A soft heart guided by strong conviction is powerful. When I say listen now, I mean remain attentive to the subtle adjustments I am making in your life. I am not rushing you, but I am aligning you. Alignment today prevents regret tomorrow. You have continued to stay with me through every word, and that shows a hunger inside you that refuses to settle for surface-level understanding. When I told you I needed to speak to you right now, it was because your life is not drifting aimlessly. It is being directed. There are intersections ahead that require spiritual alertness, not emotional reaction. I am preparing you before you arrive, so you do not respond blindly. There is a quiet strengthening happening in your decision-making. You no longer rush the way you once did. You pause, you think, you seek confirmation. That shift is not accidental. I have been slowing your impulses so your wisdom can rise. Growth often feels subtle while it is happening. You may have noticed that certain temptations feel weaker than they once did. That is evidence that discipline is taking root. Still, discipline must be guarded daily. Do not assume yesterday's victory guarantees tomorrow's strength. Remain watchful and grounded. There is also an area where you have been overly hard on yourself. You replay conversations and imagine better responses. You analyze mistakes long after everyone else has forgotten them. I am calling you to release self-punishment. Conviction leads to correction, but shame leads to paralysis. You will soon face an opportunity that requires quick but thoughtful response. It will not wait for endless deliberation. Trust the clarity I have been building inside you. When peace aligns with direction, move forward confidently.